Now, when it comes to this thing about back to school, look at the people, the way the Amba terrorists they fight against. They fight against the apostolic nuncio for Cameroon, when Pope Francis is representative inside Cameroon. Look at the Mr. Volker Turk, when the United Nations Commissioner for Human Rights, he be there for Cameroon last month for August, and he put out a public statement. I go come read the public statement for now. Now the people in this way, the Amba terrorists they fight against. Look at the American ambassador for Yaoundé. By the way, the person we there for a corner. Now, Minister Felix Mbayu that we is there next to the ambassador for Yaoundé. The statement where the ambassador for Yaoundé, where he put them out. When I remember that statement, no, now the statement this way there on the screen. It talks that schools are sanctuaries for learning and children must not be prevented from attending classes. Now, what is that way? The American government it talk regarding schools, and Ambazuna terrorists they know, say not only them they stop picking them, may they not go for school. And the clergy, look at what way Archbishop in Kia it talk him. Children must go to school. Now make we look at what way Volker Turk it be talk him. Now in that and I picture that on the 7th of August 2024 for Yaoundé, Volker Turk, when the Human Rights Commissioner, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. And remember, I said the United Nations recognize a humanitarian situation for Cameroon. That's all. They don't recognize that there is a war going on. They don't recognize anything else. They just recognize a human rights a situation where they happen in the northwest and the southwest region of Cameroon and in the far north with regards to Boko Haram. When I understand that reality, my contributor. So now what did this way Volker talk about them on the 7th of August 2024? He write them down on the United Nations, their website. When I go read them a day for day, it talks in the northwest and the southwest regions, what began as peaceful protests in 2016 has turned into a major crisis for the civilian population, with clashes between separatist groups, other armed groups, and security forces, including the military, leaving thousands killed, hundreds of thousands displaced, and the denial of the right to education to more than 700,000 children. Reports continue to emerge of human rights violations and abuses, including unlawful killings, ill treatment and torture, kidnappings for ransom, and restrictions on freedom of movement, the imposition of lockdown days by separatist groups, preventing children from going to school, people from accessing their livelihoods at the risk of being shot. This is unacceptable and should be roundly condemned. So that one at 7th of August 2024, where the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, he came down on the ground inside Cameroon and he leave this assessment, this statement, public statement, appreciation of the situation on the ground inside Cameroon. And what the Amba terrorists they do, 2 weeks later, they declare 1 month lockdown for prevent picking them in the no-go school. Another situation that in the Anglophone zone. Now the pictures in that side by side. What way they happen for Northwest, where Cameroon military they escort picking them for go for school, and what way they happen with Ambazuna terrorism, where they can't shoot picking them for school, kill them. That is it. So Anglophones them, Ambazuna terrorists, they don't get the ability for learn. They just don't. Wonderfully international idiots. They don't have the ability for learn.
Okay, now you will realize that the same international community is the one saying, let's get back to the root causes of this conflict. And when you say they are not interested in going back to the causes, isn't that a little contradictory?
No, well, you see, I don't agree with you that they want to go to the root causes. I don't think they've ever said they want to look at the root causes. You know, they take a superficial view at every subject because Cameroon is one of dozens of problems on the international agenda. They are not going to look into the root causes, whatever they may say. And I know that the truth hurts, and I'm sorry to have to say this, but this is my advice, having associated with Western politicians for a very long time. I think I know them fairly well, and I do know that their eyes glaze over the minute you start talking about the past. That's why you have to talk about the future and what could be done now.
Now, if you go back for which way Rebecca Tinsley talk, make I not forget this particular point. Rebecca Tinsley talk, or Chris Anu talk something about the root causes. Rebecca Tinsley corrected right there and they said, "Na lie." Nobody, no, they talk about the root causes of nothing. No one has ever said that. No one. It talks say that's not what the international community is saying. And even if they will talk, no one will ever go back for go revisit the so-called root causes. No one. It not go happen. So it's not just Rebecca Tinsley. It is, look at the people the Amba terrorists are fighting against. Look at them. Now them that. Okay. Now people in the Amba terrorists they are fighting against the Pope, the clergy, the United Nations, the American government. Now the people in that way the Amba terrorists are fighting against. And then the things when I think say they go win. Not a chance in hell. And now why that way Tibon Nagy, ABB Force for put this tweet. Last month, August the 20th, 1 month never reached. Talk say the United Nations Resolution 1608 is a false god. It no go ever happen. But the Amba terrorists, they don't get the ability for learn. So now I go bring for you now the video where it come out from the United Nations, from the office of the President of the United Nations General Assembly. My country people them. And before I bring una that, make una understand, say, the resolution 1608, where the ambassador terrorists, they always hang their hat on, claim saying that you go give them independence. Okay? It will be signed, it will be debated, and it will be adopted at the General Assembly. Now, the same General Assembly today, where Okuman will be the president of the United Nations General Assembly. And for this speech, where he read them on the 10th of September 2024, 4 days ago, His Excellency Philemon Yang, former Prime Minister for Cameroon, he thanked the head of state, President Paul Biya, for giving you this honor, for take this high office, this position. My country people them.